Guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing another J4 Playtest Tournament game with Payne, Keith, and Midilal Busum. So let's look at this first pile. Craft teacher is kind of interesting. Playing two occupations whenever you build guilds. Cattle buyer seems okay. Pan baker, whenever you sew and/or bake, you get 2 clay and 1 wood. That's kind of interesting. Full peasant, nah. Another player takes an unconditional sew action. You get them 1 grain. That's pretty expensive. Nerfed scholar. You can no longer play major improvements, which is a shame. Once you have 4 field tiles arranged in a 2x2, you can use a build stables action to build a stable in the center of the 2x2. Stable provides room for a person but no animal. So farmhand is like giving me access to a family growth even without room. I think we're probably taking farmhand. We'll see how that works. Whenever another player renovates, you can exchange 2 wood for 1 grain of food and a bonus point. That's a little expensive. That's quite a bit of wood. So, yeah, I think we'll try farmhand here, and hopefully we get a plow of some kind. All right, clutterer. That has accumulation spaces in its text. Okay, not really sure how to value that. Journeyman bricklayer. When you play this card, you get 2 stone each time another player renovates. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this card. Yeah, this card seems okay. It's like a pretty solid way to get the well. Returning home phase. Around 8, 10, 12. No. Build this card. Play this card immediately. Build a major improvement, playing 1 fewer building resource of each type. So Journeyman Layer, Bricklayer plus Site Manager. Literally, you just build the well for the cost of 2 occupations. Whenever stone, like when you play this, and whenever you stone, yeah, Task Artisan seems okay. It's a way to play a couple miners. I think I'm kind of interested in trying a 2-room game with farmhand and small scale farmer. Like small scale farmer can get me 13 wood, and then farmhand can get me a family growth even without room. Kind of intrigued by this possibility. Or I go Journeyman Bricklayer and hope Site Manager comes back. And you know what? Task Artisan would be great for a small house as well. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm interested to try this. We'll try maybe a 2-room house, see if we can make it work. Case builder. Get a good of each of the following types if you have 2 of that good in your supply already. Food, grain, vegetable, reed, wood. So this could be an action for food, grain, vegetable, reed, wood, but you have to have 2 of each. Okay. Doesn't seem very good. Taking food from an accumulation space. No. Sewing master. No. Stable planner. 1 stable on the corresponding round space. So farmhand specifically says you have to use a build stables action. It doesn't say can I build stables by other methods. This one's um, yeah. Stable planner seems okay. Livestock feeder, no. Pure breeder, probably not. It comes too late. For each new field tile you get, you also get one clay and one food. This is a way to get clay from my plowing early on in the game, which is kind of interesting. I think though this stable planner seems pretty solid. If I'm gonna do a two-room house, I need ways to get my point ceiling up. That's always a concern. So minstrel seems quite weak. Village peasant, vegetable equal to the smallest number of major and minor improvements in occupations you have. Village peasant seems awesome. Ignore vegetables all game and then get, 3 when you play this. Uh, Overwinter seems okay. Cattle Whisper got buffed a little. You can play it one round later. Midwife as a way to get grain. And Stable Milker, yeah, Village Peasant is definitely the pick. Definitely. Keith asking, does something combo with another? And I don't know the text for either of them. Okay. And what's the other? What small trader I need, Keith? Anyways, in the meantime, yes. Hope Keith is not planning on doing a two-room build because I'm planning a two-room build and that's gonna hurt his hardworking man. Um, I think probably we're taking Scholar here, right? Scholar can play Village Peasant. Scholar can play Farmhand, maybe. It maybe plays a couple minor improvements. Answer to Keith's question should be no, says Lumen, because hardworking does give major minor option. Uh, so my understanding is Keith says it gives day labor build. It provides the day labor build rooms and major improvement actions. So what that's referring to is that's referring to the action spaces. So like this isn't just a build rooms action. This is a build room and or stable. This isn't just a major improvement action. It's a major minor because it says it provides the day labor build room and major improvement actions. That's my understanding. but that it functions like the space. I don't know. Everything in quotes needs to be taken extremely literally. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so if I hadn't just taken Scholar, I would probably take Task Artisan here because it seems pretty nice. But instead, I think I probably take Journeyman Bricklayer. Actually, do I? Yes, I think so. It either gets me my 2 stone to go to a stone house, or it gets me 2 stone to build the well. Hmm. None of these look particularly good. We'll take Case Builder. Case Builder is something that I could play in at the end of the game, but it doesn't really work with Village Peasant. All right. 476 current round, 1 vegetable, large greenhouse, and you just get it. You don't even have to pay for it. It's kind of nice. Drift net boat, fishing accumulation space, and an extra 2 food. Wood accumulation space. If there's at least 1 boar on wild boar, you get 2 food. No, I don't think so. Cesspit, alternate placing 1 clay, 1 boar. You need to have 3 fields. This is actually not too bad if I'm gonna plan to plow fields early, but the -1 is a pain. But if it's offset by the fact that I have extra points from boar, that seems okay. Um, Carpenter's bench seems good as a way to get plow actions. That plus small scale farmer, I shouldn't need to take wood all that often. Um, yeah, I should be able to make some nice pastures. Soybean meal. I think this card seems pretty good. We've seen it be really, really strong. I don't think I need to take it here. I think I take Carpenter's Bench ahead of it. Clay embankment, no. Baking sheet, no. Yeah, I think Carpenter's Bench seems pretty good here. Turn rest plow looks great. Yep, as a way to get. So I only will need 2 plow actions total once turn rest is in play. Sculpture, no. Tasting is a way to bake. Interesting. No. Baking course. Yeah, I don't really have a bake. I think this card is quite nice, but I don't really have a way of getting grain here. I think it's probably going to be turn rest plow. Steam engine, no. Storage barn. Stone, wood, clay, reed, no. Hunting trophy. Yeah, this card is pretty nice because you literally just have to have a boar. You can eat it. You don't even need to pay it. You just eat it. Hunting trophy I think is quite nice, but turn rest plow I think just does exactly what I want this game. Gets me 3 fields. Hey Lumen, have you tried installing Maruska's extension? Because when I click on it, there's no install button or anything. Like, I'm not able to do anything off of this page. And actually, when I search it on here, it doesn't come up. The only way I can get there is from the direct link. Install button not showing up on Twitch extension. This is something different. Yeah, this is something different. OBS extensions. Yeah, it doesn't say how to do it. Yeah, I was able to go and find it in the Firefox add-ons. Like I was able to go and add it in there, but yes, I haven't been able to add it on my side. Ranch. All farmyard spaces are used. Can we pull off a ranch game? The 2x2 and then filling 3 spaces up here is gonna be hard. Like that's gonna have to be, you know, a couple stables and maybe a manual field. We can maybe do it though. Although I think scales is quite good. I kind of want to just take scales here. Luxurious hostel, no. New market, no. Future building site, no. Um, Strawberry patch, no. It got nerfed. It has a wood on it now. I guess it was too good before, which I don't really think was the case. Lawn fertilizer, no. I think we take scales. I think scales is really cool. It kind of functions a little bit like the way I look at it. It's like it's start player plus miner plus 2 food usually because you often want to play a bunch of occupations. You don't necessarily want to play a bunch of miners, but scales says, hey, if you do play miners, um, you know, you get an extra 2 food. Like if you keep up growing farm, if you have at least as many pasture spaces as the number of completed rounds. If you do get a food, oh, that seems quite expensive for something really difficult to do. Like you're gonna have to fence, you're gonna have to fence 6 really early and then play it in round 6 at the latest. Very expensive. Wool blankets during the scoring. Can't believe that got by. I commented on so many of them and said during the scoring. We don't need it. That's not good. We don't need that there. During scoring, hey, wood rake. If you had at least 7 goods in your field phase before the final harvest, you get 2 bonus points. Seems fun. Harvest 1 or more vegetable. If you then have 3 or more, you can turn 1 vegetable into 6 food. Potato ridger as a way to feed. I don't know. Pottery yard. You have to have pottery or an upgrade. You get 2 bonus points if you leave some unused spaces. That's something we could do. I don't know if I'm going to build a pottery, though, is the problem. Wood rake seems like before the final harvest. So, 2 grain and 1 vegetable sown. Or 3 grain sown. I feel like wood rake looks fine. Yeah. All right, this is what came back. So I think we take soybean meal here as a way to get grain. If we can get 4 grain out of this, it's quite nice. I could take something for large greenhouse seems good, but village peasant I think is quite good. Um, 1 clay and 1 boar. Cesspit, yeah, cesspit is kind of interesting, but I don't think I need them. I want the -1. I need to push my points up as much as I can. Yeah, I'll take soybean meal here. This card seems quite good. Hmm. Sculpture, 1 stone for 2 points. I should fill up my farm reasonably quickly. Like I should be able to play this in like round 10 when I have 3 unused spaces with Scholar. And it would be worth some points as well. Yep. Like Scales plus Scholar actually is should be able to make that work pretty nicely, I think. So my ideal round 1 is small scale farmer, and then I don't know, plow a field. And then round 2 is something, and then Scales get +2 food. And then round 3, you know, I can then occupation again. Yeah, get like yeah, so okay, so if round 1 small scale farmer plus plow, and then round 2 get a wood, um, and then play you know, reedstone food and then scales or something like that. Hey Mariska. Okay, so you're here, so I can show you what happens when I click on this. I'm not able to, there's no install button or anything. And I had the same issue. I was using Edge, and I signed in on Edge, and I had the same issue on here as well. So I don't know if there's like a setting where you have to enable random people to download it, or how exactly that works. Like I'll try it on Chrome. Chrome, I have logged in on other accounts. Yeah, so I'm not able to add this extension, unfortunately. Browser does not matter. Can I play future building sites? Building site? No, I think not with farmhand. I think it doesn't work. Actually, all of these look not good. Yeah, because my 2x2 farm and then my fencing will get screwed up by future building site. And luxurious hostel, no. So I guess we just take lawn fertilizer. I guess future building site doesn't say anything about currently used spaces. So like I could currently use the space and then play it in round 4 for 3 points and 2 food. Oh man, I guess I should maybe have done that, because if I can use the 2 spaces I want to use by then. Oh, I didn't think about that. I was not careful with the text there. Because, yeah, if I'm doing early plowing and I just plow these 2 spaces and then I play future building site, I wonder if that would have worked. I should have done that. That was silly of me. And especially with scales, it would be a reasonable, like, start player 3 points, 2 food card. Oh well. I specified whitelist while testing. Ah, there we go. So only people on the whitelist were able to install it. Well, I'd be really happy to get it pointed out, because yeah, it's definitely a thing. Actually, I don't know if you've watched my VOD from yesterday yet, Maruska, but basically I had someone come in and say, "Can you highlight the text of this card, please?" And I thought, "Oh man." That is exactly the case that we are trying to implement. The other thing is I would like to work on chat commands. I need to set up like Nightbot for the stream, because you know what? If someone wants the text of clutterer, they should be able to go clutterer, and then it should pull the text. Would take a little bit of work, but that'd be something I'd be interested in doing. Set up some chat commands. I really like. I talked about him yesterday, but I really like Baba Yatu's stream, and he uses. I think his chat commands. I think are quite useful. I always enjoy when I go there and are able to use it. I'm gonna play small scale farmer here. For 13 wood, because I'm not planning on building a room. Unless these guys like beg me to build a room. If they beg me to build a room, I'll think about it, but I'm not planning to. So yeah, then I'm thinking we're gonna go for the well with Journeyman Bricklayer and a Reedstone food action. And also with scales, we're gonna try to get food. Plow field, I think. Yeah, I really wish I had taken that future building site card. Oh, that would have been a 3-point card. I wasn't thinking about it. I don't think it says all adjacent spaces unused. If it has the prerequisite all adjacent spaces unused, then it doesn't work the way I think it does. But I think it works the way I think it does. Get a wood. We got throwing axe here for midi lol. So I'm gonna start player scales. It works the way you think it does. Darn. What, you don't like my use of the word works there, Lumen? Functions. Not an occupation, because I want to play scales here. Just take 3 wood. But in this scenario, I think it might have actually been really good for what I'm planning for this game. Because like you can see, I'm gonna do the 2x2 pasture, 2x2 fields here. I'm gonna do the pasture over here, and these spaces, like I can use them late last. Like I don't care about building a room in this game. Ooh, midi log going for 2 clay ahead of taking an occupation there. Maybe eyeing up the fireplace. You think this is not a winning strategy? I have farmhand, man. Farmhand is gonna be a great card. Actually, I think early plow strategies, from my observation, I think early plow strategies might be better in this format than they normally would be. Well, Midilal was absolutely correct to take the 2 clay because Keith just used all his clay to play bottles. That's fun. No problem, Maruska. I mean, you don't owe us anything. Like, we really appreciate that you've put in the work to make this work. Like it's really awesome. So if Keith could pass me Reedstone Food, that would be great. And then I can play Occupation Bricklayer, I think. Yep. Oh, I get a wood. I'm gonna have to be really careful to remember that. Payne plays Storehouse Steward. Take exactly blah blah blah. You also get stuff. Yeah, this card doesn't seem very good. I don't think it seems very good. Heath, maybe 3 wood here, setting up to build the first room. Oh, start player is looking more appealing with those wood actions available. I'm going to trust that these guys are going to go. Yeah, Midilol wants 3 wood. Bricklayer is what I want to play here. So now when I build the well, it's actually like 7 food, which is pretty cool. Should read my occupations again. So, Stable Planner wants to get played in round 5 at the latest. That's fine. I have no problems doing that. And then I have Carpenter's Bench to use my plowing. I have Turn Rest, or to use my Get Me fencing actions. I have Turn Rest Plow to get me plow actions to set up Farmhand. Wood Rake, Soybean Meal, Sculpture, Lawn Fertilizer. I'm planning to play all of those with Scholar or on Family Growth. Same with Village Peasant and Case Builder. Farmhand, I'm not sure if I'll play Farmhand with Scholar or not. It'll depend on what round Family Growth comes out in, probably. And it'll depend on whether or not I get good other cards. Are there any other Stone Ox other than Scholar? I do not remember any except Freemason. I am honestly not sure about that. Um, well, I don't need a first action well. I can probably go for it with my second action. So what should I do here? Take clay? Maybe Reedstone Food to get another reed to do my 2 renos. 4 clay doesn't seem that good. I feel like I can do better than 4 clay. AG2 in general. There's Groom. Groom's in the set. Payne plays Ranch Provost. There's still 369 complete rounds left to play. You get 2, 3, 4 wood. Each player with a pasture of highest capacity gets 3 bonus points. Yeah, so that looks like a pretty good reason to play Stable Planner. I like that. So if Reno comes round 5, I could just build the well on Reno. I don't need to build the well here. And nobody else has enough stone, so I think 4 clay is a fine option here. Feed 4 plus, whoops, not plus F, plus wood. Yeah, I don't think, not too many players have played it, at least not on our site. Not too many people have played enough to see all of them. It's not it's not everyone's number 1 choice to play. Also, Payne has played 4 occupations and 0 improvements. What does Fish Farmer do again? I think I missed it. Each time there is 1, 2, 3 plus food on the fishing accumulation space, you get an additional 2 food on various spaces. I see. Okay, I'm going to have to remind myself of that periodically to help predict Payne's actions. Because some actions will be bit different in value for pain than everyone else. And then Storehouse Steward. This is whenever you take good resource actions. And then Clutterer is the one that says whenever it refers, you get bonus points for playing cards that refer to accumulation spaces. Yeah. And then Throwing Axe gets food when you take wood if there's boar. Alright. I think I've caught up. Oh, and Reno came here. That's awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So first action, Reno. Second action, play Stable Planner. I want a Reno first action to trigger my scales. You know what would be fun? If scales didn't refer to play an card in front of you. Like, imagine if it triggered off of passing minors, too. Like, if you were balanced and then played a passing minor and then did the check, that would be even stronger. And I think it's probably pretty strong as is. Because you probably, with scales, I wouldn't say it's 2 food when you play an occupation. It's really 2 food when you play an improvement. Because usually you want to play a couple occupations faster than you want to play improvements. And scales just says push up the timeline. Scales already exists in B deck and needs to get out of this playtest set. In published form, it requires 0 occupations. Yeah, well. Our favorite game designer was definitely not high when when he submitted these cards. Whoa, Payne is gonna use. Does this work with Fish Farmer, or not Fish Farmer? I'm thinking of. Where's this card? Take exactly from a food accumulation space. I don't think it works. But I mean, when it's got 2 food on it, it's also got a stone and an extra 2 food, so that seems okay. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Lumen. Stable Milker. Yeah, I this card seems interesting. Alright, get your wells ready, guys. So then I can play Turn Rest Plow when I run out to a stone house, maybe. Or if I could play a Fireplace or a Cooking Hearth, that would be good as well. So I want to pick up stone. Pick up a stone. So another probably. I don't know if I want to read stone food action. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if I want to pick up Reed, because the Reed is only useful if I go for the Basket Maker's Workshop after I've renovated to stone. Each time another player renovates to stone or builds a stone room. So it doesn't work for me, unfortunately. Did Midilal just take start player and not play a minor? I feel like Midilal just took a couple food there. I'm confused. Oh, he was doing stuff with sheep. Feel like he increased the amount of food that he had, but yeah, there's no way he had 10 food before feeding. I'm pretty sure he forgot to feed 4. I had 4 food. Okay, there we. Yeah, so he did increase in food. I thought that was probably the case. Oh no, Keith playing an occupation feels bad, man. Um, anytime you can pay sheep, boar, cattle from your farm, put stuff out on the future round spaces. Okay, so I may as well take my stone here. Taking stone so that I can Reno Scholar plus Reno and then play Scholar next round. Plus wood round 6. My understanding of Salter, you have to be able to accommodate them first because it says from your farm. So like he couldn't take 4 sheep from the board and convert 4. That's my understanding. Yeah, from your farmyard. Yeah, people have already corrected that. Well, Medieval had 6 wood come around to him. I thought he would take 3 wood for sure to protect having to choose between 6 wood and family growth. But apparently Keith is not planning to build rooms. You know what? Keith asked in chat if Working Man plus something else worked together. Oh, man. I mean, he's never going to be able to play Working Man because I'm just never going to play. I'm never going to build a room. So he's got to give up on that. So Minilal just got 6 wood into family growth with the first fireplace. This set is so dumb. I think Reno is going to be safe, so I'm going to go ahead and play Scholar here. No, this set is not dumb. I'm just being silly. And then on Reno, I'll play. I could play Carpenter's Bench, or I could play Turn Rest Plow. Probably Turn Rest Plow. I need to get that out as soon as possible. Then on Family Growth round 7, or on, sorry, start around 7 with Scholar, I can play Stable Planner. Because that is the card that has a little bit of a timing requirement. And when I Reno, I get an extra 2 food. And then I spend 1 of those food to get... yeah, oh, and I have well food as well that I didn't pick up. No, 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 we're being positive. I haven't played that many games, so I'm not judging too much. Part of it is too we're seeing it in a very unrefined form, right? So it's unfair for me to evaluate this set on its most raw, on like the rawest level, because that we are seeing an extremely raw version of this set. Plus FF. Plus wood round 7. Combos feel weaker. Yeah, so one of the things One of the things that I don't like is, like, for example, farmhand. I can't use stable planner to put the stable on farmhand. Why can't I use stable planner to put the stable on farmhand? Like, oh, I should announce my occupation. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Because it specifically says, it doesn't say once you've built a stable you can build a stable in the center. It says use a build stables action. Oh, here's my stable planner, by the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I pick up a food here from the well. And then, do I plow 3? Do I play 4 wood? I kind of don't want to take wood until my carpenter's bench is in play. So I wonder what I should do. Probably just plow 3 with this move is okay. Or what? What else would I do? I mean, 4 wood is a good action. I don't really want to pass 4 wood around too much. And even if I don't, yeah. Yeah, like I'll probably use carpenter's bench, but maybe not. He's played New Market. Use an action space card on round spaces 8 to 11 to get a food. Okay, boring. Then food is impossible. Person with the most efficient feeding wins 75% of the time. With the octoplay, a major would have been good. Yeah. Oh, overwinterer. So Payne can buy some crops. Sure. I'll go ahead and play plow. Unless I want to play farmhand. If I want to play farmhand at the start of next round, I should not plow. I should use a minor improvement. You know what? Maybe I should start player here instead of plowing 3. Start player carpenter's bench, I think. And plus FF. Feed 4. Feed 4 plus wood. So carpenter's bench. Use that taken wood to build exactly 1 pasture. If you do, one of the fences is free. Alright. So then I'll go ahead and play farmhand for 1 food. And then Midilal could build and grow ahead of me. But I think it makes sense for me to try to set up my... Well, okay, so if I first action fence 4 here, and then Midilal responds by building a room, that's going to be sad. But if I build, then I get to grow in round 9, which seems good. Otherwise, I could take 4 wood. That's the other thing I'm thinking about. I'm not in any rush to take the wood. I have plenty of wood. So I'll do the plow here. Yeah. So here's my farmhand. This card's supposed to suck. I don't know. I think it could be cool. It lets me do stuff like a 2-room stone house in this game, which I think is looking pretty strong right now. Lumen. Oh man, it sucks I can't play Majors or Scholar. Why can't I play Majors or Scholar? I know that was like a German text clarification, but like, so Midilal did not first action build a room. Yay! So I get to secure my growth next round. And I'll build a room or build 2 stables. Midilal plays Craft Teacher. Alright, so he's going to Reno plus Basket Maker's Workshop or Reno plus Pottery to play 2 occupations. One live game I played recently, I got 20 stone from an Ock, hard built 2 stone rooms, and in the game with 6 extra stone. 20 stones from 1 occupation. Wow. Did you build a bunch of free rooms and then play that roof baluster guy? Milk jug. Whenever anyone takes 1 cattle, you get 3 food, and the other player gets 1 food. So that's going to put a bunch more bunch more food into the game. Seems like people are not taking wood very highly. Freemason. Oh, that's the one that gives you 2 of the corresponding resource. Okay, yeah, when you're 2-room house, right? So Midilal is playing the Basket Maker's Workshop and then using the Basket Maker's Workshop. Oh no! Oh no, this is fine. This is fine. Okay. I was thinking the dog with the cup. This is no, this is fine. He can't build a room. I've occupied the build room space, so we're fine. And then he plays Site Manager. Site Manager is going to let him play another guild. Yeah, builds the joinery, and then going to play another 2 occupations. This is looking pretty good. And then Barrow Pusher, getting clay and food, and Pan Baker. So bake, you get 2 clay and 1 wood. So yeah, Midilal just used 1 action to play like 4 occupations and 2 improvements, and yeah, that was a lot. I would have liked the joinery. That's too bad. I should go after the pottery now, I guess. He says pottery instead of joinery. Sure. Okay, yeah, I'd be happy if you could do that. I like 3 stone next round. 3 stone lets me play sculpture, and it also lets me build the joinery. Combo, yeah, that's a nice combo. Yeah. That's a nice one, that's for sure. Does this count as a stable? I guess it's not a fenced stable, and it's not occupying any spaces. Unused 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this is Keith I'm looking at. 8, yeah. Yep, fenced stable 0. Looks like it's counting stuff right. Keith's playing Chop House. Whenever you get grain or vegetable space, you get to put out some food. Okay, seems fine. Um, did Payne not family growth last round? What was Payne's second action? To renovate and take clay. And family growth was available. Payne just left family growth available. That's weird. Have I taken my wood yet? I don't think I've taken my wood yet. So, all right. So I'll go ahead and play an occupation, play wood rake, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus FF. Use wood from small guy. And then family growth, play lawn fertilizer. So if the stone could come back, that would be nice. But I think Midilal might like the stone. No, Midilal goes for the 4 wood. Yeah, 4 wood's a good move for sure. I definitely want to start getting my fences down so that I can hold these pairs of animals that have been coming around. Why is Keith not family growthing? I don't understand why or Payne. Why didn't Payne family growth last round? I don't understand. 3 stone came back, so that's good. I'm happy about that. I never took my well food. So I can play Case Builder at some point to get another 2 food from Scales. Doesn't really do much right now, I guess. What does it get me? It gets me a stone. No, it doesn't get me a stone. It gets me food and wood. That's all it gets me. I mean, it's probably still worth playing just to get more food. More food is good. Payne plays Plow Hero. Alright. It's Plowmaker, but worse. So yeah, if I could play Sculpture, that would be nice. For some points. I've got 3 stone, so joinery plus sculpture seems okay. I guess I could play Village Peasant. I don't have to play Case Builder quite yet. I could let myself try to trigger soybean meal, and then Case Builder could give a grain. The vegetable doesn't seem likely to go off, but what's going on? So I would really like to take 3 wood next round and start. Yeah, I need to start making pastures. Need to start making pastures. Occupying spaces. I do have a bit of a question of how I should lay out my farm because I want to occupy as many spaces as possible for my sculpture, but also I want a big capacity pasture for the ranch provost. So ideally, probably 2 stables plus 4 in 1, or maybe 3 stables plus a big eight size. I could do one of those two. Oh, I should announce. Village peasant. Net plus F. Then take the stable, take the food. So I think what I'll do is I'll fence like this. I can always do, yeah, I have options still on my fencing, so. So I fence with my carpenter's bench. And there's my village peasant, which I just played with my scholar. Then I think I take two sheep this round. Definitely 2 sheep so that I can play soybean meal. And then maybe joinery for the last move. Why are Payne's peeps all down here? What is Payne doing? What is going on? Is Payne gonna family... Did he family growth last round? I don't think he family growth last round, did he? Did Payne actually have... Did he actually family growth? Yeah, no, he didn't. He hasn't family growth yet. I don't know why he has 3 people on his farm. I don't think Payne has family growth yet. When? Yeah, no, he hasn't family growth yet. He didn't family growth in round 8. Oh, you know what he did? Payne went on Renault instead of FG and never added the person until now. Oh, also I need to feed 6. Or no, I need to feed 8. Feed 5. Yeah, he played it on the wrong place. Yeah, his farm wasn't correct for a full round. Whatever. Did he feed 6? I don't see Payne removing any food. Yeah, you know what? Payne had a third action last round, and he didn't use it. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Payne just kind of screwed up the game. Game's progressing fine. I'm quite happy with how it's going. Payne lost an action in round 9 as punishment, it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, Lumen, run! Run! Run away from this! Maybe all fences, sure. Just as long as we get the joinery, that's all we really care about in this game. I guess it's possible that Keith builds the joinery, but honestly, part of it's because we're unfamiliar with the cards, and because we're unfamiliar with the cards, people are making little mistakes, but also there's just more things to keep in your mind, and it's a lot harder to keep track of whether your opponents are playing stuff correctly. Like, it's way more difficult for me to track whether, like, because I don't have the details of Fish Farmer in my head, so I don't exactly know if Payne's doing what he's doing correctly. Just makes it a little more difficult. But that's okay. We're getting it figured out. I also bought a veg that disappeared. It's not making this game easy to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can play Case Builder next round for 2 food. Nat plus F. And then I get F wood from the occupation itself. I should be able to get at least 4 grain out of soybean meal, so I don't really care about getting anything out of Case Builder. Doesn't matter. Plagiarist to use a vegetable. Oh, you pay 2 food to get a vegetable. Cool. Sure. And then Payne plays Oriental Fireplace. Why is this both red and orange? Because it's not a major improvement. Is it? Is this supposed to be a major and a minor? Like, why is it red? It seems unnecessarily confusing. How did Payne just play an improvement on... Did I miss something? He start player last round. Okay, start player into plow. Sure, no problem. No problem. Should I fence or should I take a pair of animals here? Probably pair of animals makes sense. I can get 3 wood. 3 wood is good enough. Fencing, fence 2 so that I have more space. That's good enough. The pasture of highest capacity. So I think what this card basically says is it's going to be better for me to not fence 2 down the middle here. It's going to be better for me to fence 6 around the outside and have, 2 stables inside. So it's 8 plus times 2 times 2. Or 8 times 3. I don't exactly remember how stacking stables works for capacity. We'll maybe have that discussion later. I don't need to bring it up now. Oh, lawn fertilizer actually matters. Hey! Fence 3. Only... Oh, plus F. So right now I'm getting 2 vegetables from my vegetable guy. So I think building them 2 clay fireplace is going to be quite good because it's basically a point plus another vegetable. So it's 2 points. Even if I don't plan to eat animals at all. We'll go ahead and grab the 2 clay fireplace here. It's actually pretty awesome that it got returned. We're happy to see that. Feed 6. May as well eat a wood. And then breed and breed. And then what I can do is I can go over here like this, split that, and then play my soybean meal. Yeah, this game is going quite well. Yeah, it's going extremely well. I think my card quality is very high. And Renault coming round 5 was awesome for me. I have to say that. Renault round 5 was really good. Yeah, and Scales with Scholar was just awesome. This has generally been quite good. Oh, exactly 1. Okay, so don't breed the boar then. Or don't breed the sheep. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because the sheep can breed twice more to hit 4, and that's use a wood accumulation space. Plagiarist is free. You can immediately use it. Yep, cool. There's a lot of food from Keith's chop house. So I'd be happy taking plow or 3 wood. Those are basically what I want to do. 3 wood gives me a fence action. I think it's going to be difficult for me to get enough wood to do like my super big fencing, so I think small fencing is okay. And what's my miner? I have that one miner that wants me to have, what is it, 7 goods? 7 goods in my field before the final harvest. So I can sow now and I'll be left with 8. And that's enough. And I can ignore vegetable thanks to my village peasant. A village peasant's going to get me 3 vegetable. If I play one more major improvement, it gets me 4 vegetables, which would be pretty cool. I could start player here. It would be start player nothing, though. It looks like no one else is really setting up for a big, super massive... No one's setting up for a big supermassive pasture, so I might be able to get it uh, with by putting one more stable in one of these 2 spaces. Scales unfortunately can no longer function because it's not possible for me to play an 8th occupation. That's okay. This is going pretty well. Yeah, soybean meal seems quite good. The fact that it's passing is annoying. I would have liked to have held on to it a little longer to prevent this exactly from happening, but that's okay. The fact that I'm going last is a little annoying, but it's not. It could be worse. Oh, I'm reading the stables rule. I should be playing. Whoops. I could go for a stone oven, or I could just sow here. Seems like I might not get another opportunity to sow, so sowing with this action seems okay. Fenced stable doubles the holding capacity of a pasture. Each farmyard space can hold 1 stable. Each space within a pasture may have its own stable. The pasture's capacity is then multiplied by 4, 8, etc. So putting another stable in here, I'd have space 16. So that seems good. It should be enough to win the ranch provost points. Keith plays the 4 clay cooking hearth. So if I want to grab a cooking hearth, it has to be the expensive one. Taking a vegetable is probably going to be 1 point, but it's not guaranteed that it'll be a point yet. So what else could I do? Take wood. All the wood is gone. Grain, I maxed out. I could take some more food, but taking a cattle so I can slowly accumulate a pair of cattle seems like a smart move. Guess I can go down here, sure. Oh, everyone gets a food from me taking cattle. I kind of forgot about that. I maybe would not have done that, but it's okay. Yeah, getting family growth would have been nice, but not in the cards for me. Pretty sure Payne will take family growth, and then I'm interested to see what Keith does. Keith does need two field actions somehow. But if Keith does... Would I just take 3 wood with my first move? Seems kind of weak. Oh, plus F again. Or does it not work? Is milk jug with a person? Uses. Yeah, just uses is enough. Oh, plus wood. Plus wood round 13. Yeah, soybean meal. That card is literally just going around the whole board. It makes it too good for everyone to get grain. Yeah, so I gained a lot out of it, but my opponents are also gaining a lot, so I probably should have just held on to it. It's probably what we're seeing, is that it would have been better if I had held it. Plow a field. If the 3 wood could come back, great. If not, I'll just fence normally and take wood for my joinery in the last round. Play this card if there are more complete rounds left to play than you have unused farmyard spaces. Yeah, it looks like I'm probably not going to pull off Sculpture, unfortunately. If I fence here, I still have 2. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough time to fill up my farm, unfortunately. Do I fence anyways? Or do I take 6 clay and then build a cooking hearth? Kind of running out of points. And I'm very likely to get a decent fence action next round. I don't need the fence now for the capacity. For the animal capacity, I'm good on that as is. So yeah, 2 actions to build for 1 point each. It seems like that's as good as it's getting for me right now. Hey, oh, you know what? I pick up stone from my journeyman bricklayer. I forgot about that. So that actually can get me the stone for my stone oven. Although it looks like Keith might want to build a stone oven with 6 stone in his supply. Payne plays wool blankets. You have 5 sheep? You do not have 5 sheep. Keith does build the stone oven. So no stone oven for me, but that's fine. I can build the cooking hearth. I said it right away, but he's not reading chat. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, that kind of changes stuff. All right. So MIDI lol is start player then? Oh, his last move was major minor. I see. So Keith is still... Okay. So Plauso is available. Or so major minor is available. Okay, so then I can play... Okay, that gives me a move then. So that lets me cooking hearth. For 5 clay. And then 4 food, wood to feed 6. And then harvest and breed. Yeah, I don't have anything else that activates here, right? And then plus wood round 14. And unfortunately, I can't play sculpture, it looks like. Yeah, sculpture's a dead card now. Too bad. Got my first third place on Play-agricola today. Good job. Beating Kristen. Yeah, playing with Dishan's a great player. Very difficult to do well against him. He's awesome. Try to get this thing working. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah. So what I need to figure out is I need to figure out a way to scrape the card text off of the CAC so that I can do a chat command, because I'd like to ultimately be able to implement a chat command where you can just put the card name in and then the text would go in there as well. I think that'd be pretty handy. So similar to what you've done, Maruska. You've basically just grabbed the image data. Grabbing the image data is probably simpler, to be fair. Submitted a new... Pain plow sows, sure. So I have 4 raw grain that I can eat. there's not a lot for me to do here. Just probably taking a cattle is fine. Take A plus F. So I can eat 4 clay and a wood, or 4 green and a wood, and so that's enough for me to feed. Or not eat a wood, just eat 4 green and 2 food, since I didn't get on family growth at the end here, which is a bit of a problem. Oh, plus S on MIDI lol Reno. Go ahead and take the wood and use it right away to fence. And then my last action will be a 1-point move, no matter what it is. Well, not no matter what it is. It's 1 point if I get 2 wood. That's basically it. Food is not a point anymore. No type of animal is a point. Well, a cattle would be a point, but there's no types of animals available. So Pain is actually playing his wool blanket now. All right. Yeah, so the big problem for me in this game is going to be my number of family members. That's like a 6 point, 6 points that I'm behind MIDI lol right there. I do make up for it somewhat with Ranch Provost, having the best Ranch Provost, but Keith just took 2 wood. Okay, so I think I probably have no points for this action. Yeah, Reedstone Food's not good for anything. Clay's not good for anything. There's no improvements I can play. Could take... Well, I should just take points from MIDI lol. And what's worth points to MIDI lol? Reed? Traveling players? Yeah, MIDI lol needs food, so take food. Plus 4V village peasant. And then breed. 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 2 points from this guy. And 3 points for Provost, I believe. Depending on what Keith does. I mean, even if Keith 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's past capacity 12. So I'm pretty sure I have the Provost locked up. So I score 52 as my final. That's quite good. That's the best game I've had in this format so far, and it's not really close. A couple of things had to go my way. But yeah, nice game. Yeah, small scale farmer looks quite good. Scales is good. Turnrest plow is good. Carpenter's bench is good. Wood rake, 1 wood for 2 points is fine. Lawn fertilizer is not really anything, but then, yeah, small scale farmer. It says a pasture. Yes. And my pasture has its capacity doubled by stables. Look at my pasture with 2 stables in it. That is 4 times 2 times 2 equals 16 capacity pasture. And Midilal correctly says I win either way. He finishes with 46. Yes. Yep, but we'll double check. Multiple stables in one pasture. I've looked this up before. That's not the answer I'm looking for. Oh, here we go. Here are the rules. Each stable can be placed on a fence or empty unfenced farmyard space. Fenced stable doubles the holding capacity of a pasture. Each farmyard space can hold 1 stable. Each space within a pasture may have its own stable. The pasture's capacity is then multiplied by 4, 8, etc. So yes, it makes it very clear. It's you have 2, it gets multiplied by 4. So there we go. So 52 final for me. Payne scores 38. So 38, 34. I score 52, and Midilal I think at 46. GG. 1 stable per space is correct, but I have multiple stables. I have 1 stable per space in the pasture, and that's fine. That's my final score there. Yeah, it's you're thinking 1 stable per pasture. You can have 1 stable per space, and I have 2 spaces in this pasture with 1 on each of them, so it works nicely. Yeah, Renault coming round 5 was obviously huge for me. It was really huge for me. It's what let me beat the Plagiarist. Plagiarist seems quite good. Yeah, he's correct about that. But I did pass him Plagiarist, to be fair. I think I crafted a pretty nice game. So we'll just jump over to the forum really quick and report that. that's right, what I just did there. It's 7420, right? I guess I can put in a link to the game log here. People do that, and it probably makes it easier for Chris to verify. I guess I can just look at other comments on here. 7420, 7420, yep. Alright. I finally got a win in this format, so that's nice. Let's take a look at the draft. Three, 4, 0, 7, 6, 9. So first pick farmhand over a craft teacher. Whoa! 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 6.0. Wow. So craft teacher is that card that lets you play 2 improvements after you've played the other thing. If you need a person, I'll play it. No, I think I'm done for today. But I'm sure Payne would be happy to have you play. Yeah, wow. Craft teacher. That is very high. Very strong. And then I took small scale farmer here ahead of clutterer. Looks like clutterer is a bit better because it's drafted a full position higher. Task artisan though, 4.3, definitely being undervalued. It makes sense. Like, it's just a really solid occupation. Like, I'd be very happy to play it any time because it just gives you a lot. It gives you 3 minor improvements and 3 wood, which is a solid action. So I took stable planner here over barrow pusher. Barrel pusher is the one that gives you clay and wood when you sow, I think. I took village peasant as a source to get 4 vegetables, which was pretty cool. Over overwinterer and scholar. Scholar only power 1.9. That's sad. Sad. Look at how far it's fallen. I took journeyman bricklayer here ahead of task artisan. So that might have been a mistake. But I mean, getting the well seemed quite good for me. Carpenter's bench at 4.6. Yeah, this card looks awesome. Turn rest plow, definitely. Scales at 5.1. Another awesome looking card. Yeah. Looking pretty good. Yeah, soybean meal, I have to reevaluate how I'm going to play soybean meal because letting it go all the way around the board is not good. It's not good, so... okay, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. I'll probably stream tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'll stream tomorrow. So look for me then, and have a good day. Bye, guys.